In the summer of 2018, the UK had a heatwave, and there was also a rise in crime in many of the major cities. The CCTV shows the moment that Luke Graham was shot dead in Tameside, and also shows two girls that were dressed as princesses running away from the scene to avoid being shot themselves. Luke Graham was known as Tank, and he'd recently come out of prison and he'd moved to a new area and started undercutting the local dealers, and this caused a dispute between himself and a man called Wade Cox. The footage was shown in a BBC documentary 2 years later called The Detectives Fighting Organised Crime, and it occurred on Birch Street in Ashton-under-Lyne, and it showed the last moments of Luke's life. He was lured to the area on the false pretense that he was going to do a drug deal, but in fact the men were lying in wait in balaclavas, and at 10 to 5 they opened fire, fatally wounding Graham and injuring his associate Anton Veragata, who ran away from the scene shortly after. The gunman was dressed in all black, and he shoots at the vehicle where Graham is sitting before crossing over the street and shooting at his friend, and then he returns to the van and fires another shot into the driver's side. They then said in court that he went round to the other side of the van and he seen Graham hanging out of the vehicle and he'd passed away. The shooter was later identified as Wade Cox, and he was arrested and is currently serving a life sentence to spend a minimum of 36 years behind bars. 4 other men were also jailed for their role in the killing, but one suspect, Callum Halpin, fled the country and remained at large for several years. Greater Manchester Police made an appeal for him, and they described him as 6 foot, a gym user with athletic build and possibly a lazy eye. They said he had links to Spain and Turkey, and his last known address was in Openshaw, Manchester. And in the most recent update in relation to this case, Callum Halpin has been arrested in the Algarve by Portuguese police. He was located by the National Crime Agency in collaboration with the Portuguese police and also other international partners that they haven't named in the statement. The NCA made an appeal via Crime Stoppers in January to try to find him, and within 2 weeks they've actually located 2 different fugitives that are wanted, and also the week before they got David Unge. And Callum has appeared in court and is now facing extradition to come back to the UK to face trial for the crimes that he's been accused of. And the other man that was arrested in a totally separate case, but this is to do with Encroach, is Alex Mail. He's 29 years old and he was detained at Lisbon Airport on Saturday after trying to get a flight to Turkey. He's from Weston-super-Mare and he went on the run after the Southwest Organised Crime Unit, which is part of Operation Venetic, arrested him because they believed that he used encrypted communications to sell Class A drugs across the southwest of England. They said that Halpin's arrest came 48 hours after they arrested Alex Mail, and they said these arrests should be a warning to fugitives that we will never stop looking for you. Detective Inspector Lee Barrow from Greater Manchester Police said, "News of Callum's arrest is an important development in the investigation, and we work closely with the NCA and international agencies to bring back any fugitives and try to get justice for Luke's family." Halpin has been on the run for nearly 4 years, and the NCA said in a statement it was their intention to bring him to justice and also make him stand trial. They said they wanted to thank all the other agencies that made this happen and that they would continue to try to locate other wanted criminals around the world. So I thought these 2 stories were definitely relevant, and following on from David Unge's case that I covered the other day, it's definitely showing the focusing a lot on trying to get international fugitives back to the UK to face trial. And also a reminder as well of how many British people do flee the country every single year to try to evade justice. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this story, and I'll try to get back to as many people as possible. Don't forget to follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.